Welcome back. Today we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent. These humble little 1 cent coins have a story to tell, and some of them have become incredibly valuable. If you think a penny is just a penny, think again. We'll be looking at the most valuable wheat pennies and how their condition, rarity, and historical significance make them worth millions of dollars. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. First up, the 1945 wheat penny, particularly the version without a mint mark. This specific coin is not just a piece of currency but a rare and valuable treasure, making it the most coveted coins among collectors today. If you've ever wondered why some pennies can be worth so much more than their face value, this video will take you through the fascinating journey of the 1945 wheat penny, its history, and why it's a major player in the coin market right now. To understand the value and significance of the 1945 wheat penny, we first need to take a step back in time. The wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first issued by the U.S. Mint in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Breener, the obverse of the coin features a striking portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse is marked by 2 stalks of wheat, which is why the coin got its famous name. The wheat penny was produced for over 50 years, from 1909 to 1958, and it became a symbol of American currency during much of the 20th century. By the end of World War II, 1:42, the U.S. Mint was still cranking out these iconic coins, and 1945 in particular holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. But here's the twist: the 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark has become a true rarity, adding to its intrigue and value. The 1945 wheat penny, especially without a mint mark, stands out for its incredible craftsmanship and 2:07 subtle design elements. What makes this 2:09 coin particularly unique is the fact that it's part of a series produced during a post-war period when the U.S. Mint was working under different circumstances. The absence of a mint mark on the 1945 penny, unlike its Philadelphia counterparts, makes it a key piece for collectors who seek out those rare unmarked versions. The coin's features include its bright copper shine, the sharp details on Lincoln's face, and the wheat stalks that remain beautifully etched on the reverse. As time has gone on, these coins have become increasingly difficult to find in pristine condition, adding to their rarity and appeal. Now, when it comes to rarity, the 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark is truly a gem. While many might think all pennies are the same, this specific variation stands out due to its limited production and exceptional condition that collectors seek. Because of the intense demand, finding this coin in excellent or mint condition can be an incredibly rare find. A lot of 1945 wheat pennies show signs of wear from circulation, but those that have been well preserved or kept in superior condition can fetch much higher prices. The demand for coins like this one has skyrocketed over the years, particularly for those in mint or near mint condition. The market for these rare coins is hot, and they continue to draw attention at auctions, with collectors eagerly searching for the next gem to add to their collection. If you're wondering just how much a 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark is worth today, the answer may surprise you depending on its condition. A typical 1945 wheat penny can range in value from $350,000 coins, and better grades such as those with very little wear can fetch premium prices, often reaching the $500,000 range. However, the real treasure comes in when you find one that is in near perfect or uncirculated condition, with some exceptional pieces pushing past the $700,000 mark at auction. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark is certainly a coin worth keeping an eye on if you want to make a significant addition to your collection. For collectors looking to acquire a 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always ensure you're purchasing from a reputable dealer or auction house that specializes in rare coins. Authenticity is key, and reputable sellers will provide certificates or guarantees to confirm the coin's legitimacy. Second, pay attention to the coin's condition. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. If you come across a coin that appears uncirculated or in mint condition, you're holding on to something that could be worth significantly more than its face value. Lastly, don't be afraid to do your research. The more you learn about the 1945 wheat penny, the better equipped you'll be to make wise purchasing decisions and avoid paying too much for a coin that doesn't meet your expectations. In conclusion, the 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark is a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Its historical significance, unique features, Rarity and high demand in the collector's market make it a coin that is highly sought after by. When it sold for a jaw-dropping $86,000, but here's what most people don't realize: coin markets are constantly shifting and demand for rare pennies has been surging. The window to sell at peak value is now. If you wait too long, prices could drop and you could miss your chance. What should you do if you think you have one? Here's the game plan. 1. Get it appraised by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. 2. Listed on high-end auction platforms where elite collectors bid fiercely. 3. Leverage multiple buyers to maximize your profit. Remember, the rare coin world is full of stories of people who cashed in on fortunes and others who missed their moment and regretted it forever. So don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Now it's your turn. Go check your penny collection right now. You could be sitting on an absolute fortune without even realizing it. And if you found this information valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because I'll be covering even more rare coins that could make you wealthy. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket and realizing it's worth more than a luxury sports car. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, what if I told you that a rare 1965 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark recently sold for an astonishing $56,200? That's right, a single penny, more than $500,000. And here's the kicker: you might have one right now and not even know it. But there's a catch: most people unknowingly spend these rare pennies without realizing their true value. Don't make that mistake. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes I'll show you exactly how to identify this rare penny, why it's so valuable, and how you can sell it for maximum profit. And if you think this is just another internet myth, think again. The proof is right in front of you. Let's dive in. Let's take a quick journey back to 1965, a time of massive change in America. The Vietnam War was escalating. Martin Luther King Jr. was leading the civil rights movement, and the Beatles were taking over the airwaves. But something else was happening at the U.S. Mint, something mysterious. During this period, the U.S. Mint was struggling with a national coin shortage. To combat this, they stopped placing mint marks on coins to discourage hoarding. This decision led to an unusual production process where some pennies were struck with errors and unique characteristics that make them extremely rare and valuable today. And here's where things get exciting: not all 1965 pennies are worth a fortune, but some have specific errors that could turn them into a jackpot. So how do you know if you have one? Now here's what to look for in your 1965 Lincoln penny. No mint mark. First, check under the date. If there's no mint mark, you might be in luck, but that's just step 1.2. Errors and die varieties. The most valuable 1965 pennies contain errors such as double die, obverse DDO. Look for doubling in the letters Liberty or the date 1965, off-center strike. If the coin's design is shifted, it could be rare. Wrong planchet errors. Some 1965 pennies were mistakenly struck on silver dimes. 3. Condition matters. A worn-out penny won't fetch 6 figures, but if your coin is in mint or uncirculated condition, that's when the value skyrockets. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if my penny is the real deal? Let's talk money. The most recent sale of a rare 1965 no mintmark penny hit a jaw-dropping $562,000 at auction, and the best part, more could still be out there. What should you do if you think you have one? Step 1. Check your change and old coin collections. Don't underestimate that jar of pennies in your attic. Step 2. Get your coin professionally graded. A service like PCGS or NGC can verify if your penny is truly rare. Step 3. Listed at an auction house. Hy-Vee Valley coins perform best at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. And here's a little secret: the longer you hold onto a rare coin, the higher its potential value. But with today's market, there's no better time to sell now. Before you go digging through your penny jar, I have one final shocking revelation for you. There's another Lincoln penny out there that could be worth even more than the 1965 penny. Want to know what it is? Subscribe and turn on notifications, because I'm revealing it in my next video. Until then, go check your coins. Your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. What if I told you that a single penny sitting in your drawer right now could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent worth $18.2800. Imagine waking up tomorrow finding this rare 1952 cent penny in your collection and realizing you've just hit the jackpot. Sounds too good to be true. Well, keep watching, because I'm about to reveal exactly why this penny is so valuable, how to spot it, and what to do if you have one. But Don't blink, because missing a tiny detail could cost you a fortune. The year was 1952, a time of post-war economic boom. The United States Mint in San Francisco was producing millions of Lincoln pennies, but among them a few rare coins were struck with a unique minting error. Now let's break down the details. The S mint mark indicates that this penny was minted in San Francisco, but what sets this coin apart is a rare double die, or repunched minter mark error. This means the S on some coins was accidentally stamped twice, making them one of the rarest variations ever discovered. Wait, did you just check your pocket? I bet some of you did, and honestly you should, because these pennies are out there. But here's the real question: how do you know if your penny is worth a fortune? The value of the 1952's Lincoln penny has skyrocketed over the years. In 2023, one sold for a staggering $828,000 at auction. Yes, over $750,000 for a single penny. Let that sink in. But why? What makes this coin so valuable? Minting errors. The doubled S mint mark is incredibly rare condition. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can demand a premium. Collector demand. Rare pennies are like fine art for collectors. When demand is high, so is the price. How do you find out if your 1952 penny is one of these rare treasures? Let's talk about where to check and what to look for. First, dig through your old penny collections, coin jars, inherited collections, even pocket change. You never know where one might be hiding. Second, use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for the telltale signs of a doubled S. If you spot one, you might be holding a 6F figure coin. But wait, what if you do have one? What's the next step? How do you sell it for the maximum value? Let's talk strategy. So you found a 1952 Sync penny with a double stamp mint mark. Congratulations, but before you start celebrating, you need to authenticate it. Here's what to do next. Get at professionally graded organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, NGC. Numismatic Guarantee Corporation can verify and rate your coin's condition. Avoid quick sales. Some buyers may try to underpay. Don't let excitement cloud your judgment. Auction it the right way. Selling through high-end coin auctions or dealers will maximize your payout. The truth is, life-changing opportunities don't come often, but today this could be yours. Imagine paying off your mortgage, traveling the world, or securing your family's financial future, all because of a single penny. But don't wait too long. The market changes and prices fluctuate. If you suspect you have a rare coin, take action now. So do you have a 1952 Sync penny worth a fortune? If you found one or have any questions, let us know in the comments. And if you want more insider tips on rare coins that could make you a millionaire, subscribe and turn on notifications, because you don't want to miss what's coming next. What if I told you that a single penny, a coin you might have in an old jar, could be worth millions? Yes, you heard that right, simple 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest coins in American history, has been valued at over $500,000, and some speculate its worth could go even higher. But here's the real question: do you have one? And if you do, what's stopping you from cashing in? Stick around, because what I'm about to reveal could change your life forever. Now let's take a step back. 1968, an era of revolution, moon landings, and historic change. But hidden in plain sight, something remarkable happened at the U.S. Mint. A mistake, a flaw, a golden opportunity. The 1968 non-mint mark Lincoln penny. You see, most pennies from 1968 were minted with a small letter D for Denver, S for San Francisco, but every few left the mint without a mark at all. How? That's still a mystery, but one thing is certain: this error made these pennies worth a fortune to collectors today. But here's where things get interesting. The last one found sold for $562,000, but experts predict the next one could shatter records. And let's be honest, you don't want to be the person who finds this coin and then accidentally spends it on a cup of coffee. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what are the odds I have one? Well, let me put it this way: there are millions of old pennies still out there, tucked away in drawers, jars, even under couch cushions. And these rare era coins, they weren't tracked, meaning your childhood piggy bank could be a gold mine waiting to be discovered. But here's the catch: time is running out. Collectors and dealers are snatching these up at record speeds. Prices are climbing higher every month, and once these ultra rare coins are in private collections, they may never hit the market again. So the question is, are you going to check your change jar or let someone else cash in? Alright, so let's get down to business. How do you know if you have one? Here's what to look for. First, check the date. It must say 1968, no exceptions. Second, look below the date. If